Spoke to Graham.
Okay, let's do it. We are officially live. Welcome to another episode of Casket Ready. I am one of your hosts for today, Mr. Life, and we got my co-host here with me. Talk to him.
Yeah, it's Rashidi, Real Estate Rob. How everybody doing today?
Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it. You know, the topic for today is $1 million baby. And before we actually go into that conversation, I just got a little clip to show you guys.
Kid is born today, $3,000. That's it.
What?
Yeah, $3,000. That is all you need to put aside for your kid in an average index fund that's going to give you 8 to 10% over the course of 60 years. Your kid's retirement can be funded today, the moment they're born. Huh? That is easily, tax returns. A quick side hustle to get a little extra bread in, right? Just not going out for a little bit.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I feel like I want to play that again, you know.
Yeah, play it one more time. I don't think they heard us. Play one more time.
We gotta play that again. Hold
on. So the amount of money you have to invest to retire your kid, if the kid is born today, $3,000. That's it.
What?
Yeah, $3,000. That is all you need to put aside for your kid in an average index fund that's going to give you 8 to 10% over the course of 60 years. Your kid's retirement can be funded today, the moment they're born. Huh? That is easily, tax returns. A quick side hustle to get a little extra bread in, right? Just not going out for a little bit.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so $3,000, that's all you need to retire your kid and having them walking away a millionaire.
Yep.
So let's talk about that a little bit, man. That is that affordable? That's my first question for you. Is that affordable?
1,000% is affordable. Absolutely, it's affordable. So even to kind of break down, you know, shout out to those guys. I think it's called a Tycoon. Tycoon Talk. So $3,000. That's not in a month though. Just to be clear, that's $3,000 per year.
Per year.
Right. So if you put away roughly $250 a month for your child, and by the time that your child is hitting retirement age at 65 or around that time, and I'll show you the numbers and we'll get into it, but they'll roughly have $1 million.
So $250 a month.
$250 a month.
And by the time they retire, they have well over $1 million.
Absolutely.
Now, the one thing I say, $250 a month is super reasonable. You know, especially if you have somebody else contributing, meaning that if you got a co-parent, all that type of stuff, that's $125 each. You know, to where they can actually retire over $1 million, which would be an amazing gift to give to a kid. That's not bad money, man. That's not bad money. What kind of policy is that though?
Yeah, so what he was talking about the Index Universal Life Insurance Policy.
That's life insurance does that? Life insurance?
Yep, absolutely. It's not just about death no more. They're giving you the advantage and the benefits of using that money when you're alive, using it while you're young, using it, you know, for different reasons throughout the course of your life. You know, let's say, you know, you want to buy, you 16, 17 years old, maybe 18, you want to purchase your first car. Some of the cash value and some of the money in that cash value you can use to purchase, you know, a car. You can use, you know, to put on a down payment on your home. You can use, you know, on, you know, your daughter's sweet 16. You can use it, you know, for, you know, your son, he did good in school and you guys want to go on vacation. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for. You know, at different ages of your child's life, there's going to be a different, as the child gets older, your money is literally growing with you.
So, you know, I love it because I want to simplify for people and let them know how much so it's affordable. Let's just do some quick math. If you got a kid and you do taxes, all you really got to do is save $1,000 a year or put $100 a month towards it, and use $2,000 from your taxes, and your kid's set for life. I'm gonna repeat that. And we all know the game, especially you mothers. You know, some fathers don't get to claim the kids. I'm not gonna go there. That's another conversation for another day. Another day. But ultimately, you can put away $100 a month for a year for your kid, and take $2,000 out of the tax return that you're gonna get back for your kid, because you know you're gonna get extra money back for your kid, and secure their future, secure going to college, secure retirement. That's super affordable. I don't know about you, Kay. That's not affordable to me. I don't know about you.
1,000% is affordable. I mean, let's look at it like this. I mean, you know, the average person is making 40,000-50,000 a year, right? We spend on a monthly basis $4,000 or $5,000 a month, easy, per month. We're spending $4,000 or $5,000 per month. So for the whole year, to only spend $3,000, which is roughly $250 a month, that's nothing. That goes by just like that. You go out to eat with the family, you're spending $200 just to put things in perspective. That's one meal. So to invest in your child and put away $250 a month for the next 40, 50 years of his or her life, and they become a millionaire at that point, it's a no-brainer. And let's just decrease that. So let's say if you can't afford the $250 a month, and it's just $100 a month, by the time he or she is 65, they're still walking away with $500,000.
Now we're gonna show them the numbers. Don't give them too much sauce yet. We're gonna show them the numbers. But I guess for me, it's crazy. The reason why I say this is because I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of people love to take care of their kids, and this new generation kids are spoiled. You know, my son got his iPhone 16, fresh new phone, got a laptop. You know what I mean? Every year, maybe a little baby birthday party. Yeah. So instead of having that extra extravagant birthday party for your kid, dial back $500. Because last time I checked, a lot of these parties these kids be having, it'd be like a cool $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 you paying for these parties. You know what I mean? You take half of that or a third of that and invest in them, they could be a millionaire. And the crazy part about it, I don't know about you, Kay, on top of by the time they're 65, I'm going to be honest, if I'm paying for that policy, and about 30 years from now, I need to take a little loan out of there.
Yeah, there you go. You invested in it.
Invested in your kid. You get a piece of the investment too, a peace of mind. And if need be, you know, you could take a little chunk of the money for yourself.
That's stash. And that's important. I'm glad you brought that up because it's a few things. One, as your child is getting older, right? You know, shout out to everybody in the chat. That's first.
Leticia Wade,
Yep. Shout out to everybody in the chat. First off, when your child is getting older, right, you got to teach your child, you know, the rules of money, how to respect money, how to have a relationship with money. Because at some point, you're going to want them to actually take over the policy and become owner of the policy so that they can make contributions to the policy, right? They can take it over and start paying for it. Because you don't want to be paying for it forever. You want your child to be paying for it at some point. When they get older, they have a family of their own. And here's the beauty about that. That $250 is not going nowhere. The cost of insurance goes up, but that $250 is as far as the amount that they're paying per month, or that $100 as far as the amount that they're paying per month is going to remain the same. So the idea is you want them to eventually take over and continue paying for that policy at some point in time. I think that's super important because they don't understand the value of the dollar. You're going to put 20, 30, 40 years worth of paying into it, and they're going to blow it in like 2 years. Hope that makes sense.
that makes sense. I ain't gonna lie to you, Kay. You got faith in the kids. Because listen, I'm not putting that type of money in their hands. They the owner of the policy. We do gotta let them know because legally we gotta let them know they're the owners. But I'm not leaving that in their hands. I'm not taking no chances. Missed payment, times was hard, and you lost all that money or lost some of the money due to negligence. Because listen, at 25, I was responsible, but that type of money. If I'm looking at my account 25 and I'm looking at 25-year-old me and like, wait a second, Pop's got a policy for me and I could take out 60 grand real quick. I mean, just saying.
And so so now that's good that you brought that up because you as the owner now, you have jurisdiction of when your child could take over that policy. So your child could be an adult, but if you are still the owner of the policy, that technically is still your policy, right? You know, and that's important, because when you relinquish the ownership to your child, you know that it's their policy now officially, because they're going to be the insurer throughout the whole time of the policy. But as far as the control of the policy, it remains in the parents' hands until they relinquish that authority to that child. So that's super, super important, you know, and I just want to highlight that's very important. Shout out to Judy in the chat. She says, yes, parents, help yourself. You deserve a break too. As your child grows older, they have to let them be responsible to take care of overpayments, right? I kind of got a tongue twisted it, but yeah, but yeah, so, you know, that's super, super important. We gotta, you know, teach our kids to be responsible, like I was saying earlier, because it's once again, you're doing all this hard work so that they can continue on what you started for them, you know?
Yeah. So up next, Taylor, let's play one of the videos, man. Let's show the people the numbers. Right, you know, and these are some good numbers. You know, don't quote us exactly, but it's pretty accurate. But for propriety information, we're not going to go into details of the accuracy, but pretty accurate. You know.
At 8, by the time they're 18, getting ready to go to college, can take out $20,000 at only $100 a month.
Okay, so let's stop sharing on that one. So, and the reason why I bring that one up right there is that's starting at the age of 6 years old, and that's starting at $100 a month. So $100 a month, starting at 6 years old. You know what I mean? By the time they go to 18, they go into college, they need a little money. That's $20,000. That's a down payment on a car, or that's a tuition. You know what I mean? For a semester or a year, depending on the school you're going to. But either way, that's the cash that accumulated. You want to elaborate on that a little bit more for me, Kid?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So at age 18, you know, for one, that's the cash that they have access to. That's the cash that the parent has access to.
Okay.
So they can use that 20 grand for whatever they want to use it for. Now, the only disclaimer is that money doesn't go back into that account. Then whatever is the death benefit, because remember, it's still insurance. Outside of the cash value, it's still insurance. So whatever that cash value is at, that doesn't get replenished, then it's going to be deducted from the death benefit. Because with the IUL, you get both the cash and the coverage combined, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So let's go to the next video. Next video.
Give me 1 second.
This is great stuff, though. I gotta say, for real. You know, I wish my parents did this for me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a talk with them after the show. With my policy like this set up, I'm trying to walk away at 67. I only got like 30 years left. That'd be nice if I had $1 million to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me know. Did you see this one?
At 8, by the time they're 18.
Oh wait, my bad. Hold up.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Hold on. We want to remove this one.
That's crazy, though. While we're waiting for the video to upload up on how much money you could truly save and the interest that you're gaining on these type of policies. And we ain't even getting to the coverage portion.
So at the age of 65, let's look at the magic numbers.
Ooh, look at the numbers, boy. Look at the numbers.
I want to pause it there for a second. And before we even get into this, what were you going to say before you got cut off, bro? What were you about to say?
I'm kind of old. I done forgot to tell you.
Oh man,
no, I was just saying, looking at the numbers is is great numbers. Mm-hmm. Where it's just amazing that you can put $100 into a policy a month, and by the time your kid's 18, you can borrow 20 grand.
Correct.
You know, so it's just amazing. And looking at these numbers here, you can pause. What are you going to say about this?
Yeah. So what I was going to say is that I want people to see the numbers here. Now, keep in mind, this is the same contribution. Instead of paying $100 a month, you know, you're paying $250 a month. But this is at age 65 when that child is ready to retire. This is the numbers here. So where it says 1.2 million, that's the cash value that they've accumulated from age, what was it, age 6, right? Age 6 all the way to 65. So that's 59 years of contributing into this policy. And Rod, take out your calculator for a second because I want them to understand these numbers real quick.
Nah, I ain't gonna take out the calculator. All I see is $1.2 million.
I'll take it out.
Go take the calculator. I'm gonna elaborate while you taking out the calculator. I'm gonna elaborate on the numbers.
I'll take it out.
Parents out here. I'm talking to you, parents, because it's topic today. $1 million baby. Your child's an investment. You get one of these policies when you're financially able to do so. $250 a month. $250 a month. I'm gonna get to that number in a second, K.
Okay.
But $250 a month. By the time your child gets retirement age, they're walking away with $1.2 million. That's insanity. What's that number you came up with, K?
So that number is what I did was
your screen went off, but we can't see it no more.
Oh, then hold on. Could you see it now?
They didn't want you telling no secrets. That's why the screen went off.
That's $186,000, right? That would have been contributed in 59 years. $186,000 would have been put into the policy. And how much would have what was the compound interest on it?
What was the number put in the policy?
$186,000 within a span of 59 years.
And how much your kid getting?
1.2 million.
I had to study on that one.
1.2 million. There's no way.
Like I said, Kay, when I get off this call, I'm gonna have some words with my parents personally. Like that's beyond amazing. That's beyond amazing. You can stop sharing now. Matter of fact, nah, take it off. Take it off the screen.
Hold on. Let me take this off.
You know, it's just, you know, all jokes aside though, like it's pure insanity when you think about it, because it's just like this is a major investment. And to your point, you know, it could be hard times, and even as a parent, you're investing in your kid, and if something happens, or even you as a parent, you come across hard times. Why? Because life be lifing. You can actually borrow from this policy. So at some point, 20 years from now, you know, whether you're getting ready to go in a retirement home or whatever the case is, whether you're getting ready to pass a policy on, I'm just saying, based off this math, and at in year 30, where I'm like 50, 60, I'm like, listen, son, I got some assets, I got some other type of things, but you know what? I'm gonna actually take out $300,000 out of this because I want to do some things. That's an amazing thing. 100%. Where your child is an investment and their financial future is secure outside of what they're doing on their own to secure this financial future. That's crazy, Kay. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, absolutely. You know, once again, that number, it was 10 times. They just 10x their money. Yes, 59 years went by, but there's nowhere where you're going to 10x your money. That's what the index strategy does. And I want people to understand that. There's nothing wrong with putting your money in the bank. There's nothing wrong with you making some investments in crypto, Bitcoin, investing in Robinhood, things of that nature, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You want that security from the bank, and you want the gains from the market like the variable products would do. And that's what that index does. It secures, it locks your money in, and that's how they're able to get that type of money. 10x your money.
Yeah, that's crazy, you know, and I'm surprised the chat's not blowing up. You know, because this is insane number. This is insane, and you know the crazy part is we didn't get into the coverage portion of it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And that's what I think I was like maybe around like $150,000 or $200,000 of life insurance coverage. So forget the investment piece. The coverage alone on there is great too.
Correct.
If something were to happen to your child, you know, and more importantly, let's just think about real life situation. Your kid is 50 years old now. And at that point, they have, we don't have the chart in front of us, but they have $600,000 in there, and they have kids, and they need to borrow money from it. And they're good, and they're able to take money out of that and get their own kids' policies. That's how generational wealth is created, and not them little silly videos that be online all the time just talking about generational wealth, but not actually showing you.
Right.
So, yeah. Nah, because you know that word is passed around all over the place.
Shots fired.
Generational wealth. This, you see all the fake commercials online. I ain't gonna say no names. Oh, $25 for this type of policy. Meantime, it's a term policy, which is good, but it'll give these type of benefits, which is where we come into play. We sit down, we go over the best type of policy for you, what you're trying to do for yourself and your family and your kids.
Absolutely. How do we do that, man? We want to make sure at the end of the day, we want to put you in the best position possible based off of your pockets, and we don't want to, mess that up. We don't want to mess up anything that you have going on as far as your bills or anything like that. We want to actually just, bring more value to what you have going on. And there's nothing more important than the lives of yourself and the lives of your children. And
Absolutely.
You can't say that you value your life if you don't protect your life. And how do you protect your life? Is through getting a life insurance policy, not just for you, but for your kids. And once again, this is how your kids can benefit to the highest level.
And you as a parent.
Absolutely.
And let's debunk some myths real quick.
Yep.
First off, as soon as your child is born, 2 weeks old, let me rephrase that, 2 weeks old, they're eligible for these type of policies.
Correct.
The quotes we just shown you was from 6 years old and on. So if you got a fresh baby out here, go to the website that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, www.legacybuildersus.com. The benefits are crazy, and that's what we truly do when it comes down to it. And that's how we really truly put people in positions to change their life and give their kids something that they can get themselves, and learning from our parents so our kids can learn from us and multiply our money so it can spread the love to their kids. And that's how the formula rinse and repeat.
Absolutely. That's the real true definition of, generational wealth. I know that a lot of times with social media, that word is just spread around so loosely and so casually, but this is really how you truly create it. You can't create it from saving money. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to have some type of compound interest there, which is the eighth wonder of the world, literally compound interest. And this is how it happens, So once again, like Roger said, connect with us, even if it's just for a basic quote, like what we just showed you guys. We want to show you the numbers. We showed you the numbers. We want you to, get an idea of what it'll cost you to change not only your lives, but the lives for the generations to come. Your decision alone will change 3 generations from now. I just want that to sink in.
And it's crazy, Kay, because what you just said triggered me back to our favorite movie, John Q. I will not bury my son. My son's gonna bury me. Now, the reason why we bring that movie up is because if his son actually had this policy, they could have pulled that money out to pay for his medical bills. Because that's another benefit of these life insurance policies. And life-changing events, you have access anywhere from 25 to 75% of your money. So imagine a scenario like that. God forbid the unforeseen happened to your child in that scenario. John Q. He wouldn't have had done all that and went to jail, because in real life he went to jail or got shot and killed by the cops. But that's a story for another day. Right. But for the movie's sake, in real life, he wouldn't have done all of that. Everything would have been verified. The doctor really said what he had said. The insurance company been like, hey, we could only cover X amount of dollars. And he would have called the life insurance policy. And, oh, Mr. Johnson, that's okay. Send over the document. Okay, yeah, we can cut you a check for approximately $376,000. How you want to get it? next day delivery, please. I'll pay for it. Done. Done.
Yep. And you know, a lot of people are gonna see this, right? They're gonna continue binge watching their favorite Netflix show and their favorite Hulu show. You know, a good 70% of people are gonna do that. You know, 15% they're gonna think about it, but after a week, it's gonna blow by. But this is for that 15% who wants to make a difference and a change in their lives and in their children's lives. I want you to really process this information because I know you are. And let's have a conversation. It doesn't hurt to have a conversation. This conversation alone, I promise you, will change your life.
Yeah. I like you, Kate, because you gave the politically correct, proper description.
1,000%.
Not hurt anybody.
I'm running for Congress. I hope you know I'm running for Congress.
Okay. You must be.
I'm running for Congress.
Forget the 15% out there. Any parent that you quote unquote call yourself a real parent, yes, it's offensive. There's no reason if you don't have this policy and you watched at least 2 or 3 minutes of this video that you're not going to our website and booking an appointment to get a quote to benefit your child. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you're a bad parent. You're still a good parent and you're still potentially a great parent. But at the end of the day, if you don't have one of these policies for your child and you don't have one for yourself and you watch this video and you don't do something about it, shame on you. And I know it's offensive because guess what? I know your kid probably got a tablet, probably got a cell phone, probably get birthday parties, probably get gift cards from parents and families and friends. So honestly, get it done. Go to the website, book the appointment.
And then what I would say too is that we got to keep in mind that when it comes, so as we get older, we naturally get, what happens when we naturally get older? We get sicker, right? So don't forget, this is still insurance. They're still going to base it off of your health, right? So don't wait, because the older you get, the higher the chances are that you're going to get sick. And then there's a chance that you may not get approved. So the reason why I bring this up, this is a real thing. The younger you are, naturally, the more fit you are, the more healthier you are. So if you risk that as you get older, you're only hurting yourself and you're not getting a chance to get approved for this application, for this policy. So I say that to say, don't waste any time. Do it like yesterday. Book that appointment. It's super, super important. Because I've seen it on both ends of the spectrum. I've seen somebody who passed away that had coverage and somebody who passed away that didn't have coverage. I've seen somebody get into an accident who had coverage, and I've seen somebody who got into an accident who didn't have coverage. And it was 2 different outcomes. Don't be the person who got caught without it.
And we're running against time. I love what you said, Kay, because that's why we got to debunk the myths. The reason why, especially for your kid in this particular topic, that it benefits them so much because life insurance is also based on health and risk. And normally 90% of kids, when they come out healthy, they're 90% where nothing's really going to happen to them to the 30 or 40 because your body can recover. So that's why the life insurance company is saying, hey, I'm going to invest the money that you're putting in to this policy. Your kid is very low risk. So it's a way lower chance of me paying out any money. That's why I can benefit from you. It's just like a bank. You gain certain interest on it. So that's why this is not make-believe. That's why this is real. It's because your child is super healthy and it's going to be healthy for a long time. When I was 25, I was doing a lot of things. I was doing cartwheels. I'm lying. I was never doing cartwheels. But I might have had the potential to do cartwheels. It's a difference. And that's why these products are valuable and why it's valuable to you as a parent and for your kid and why it's valuable for the life insurance company because it's low risk and mainly reward.
Absolutely. So I know we're coming to a close. It's about that time. So let's talk about, the upcoming events, the different things that we got going on. Let's talk.
Absolutely. So upcoming event, definitely. First off, tune in next week, 7:00, same time. Casket ready. We're going to be talking about all the topics when it comes to life insurance, protecting your life, and how these policies can benefit you. First off, so don't miss it next week if you did. If you're watching the replay, like, comment, reach out to us. Again, protect your family. But for upcoming events coming up, we have September 27th. go to the website on the bottom of the screen, click the events tab, buy your ticket for $30. We're gonna have an event. It's called Vibes and Brunch. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have entertainers. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have bottom-up mimosas. It's kids friendly. We're gonna do things like we're doing now. We're gonna have games, prize giveaways, a good time, everything money, from protecting your family to becoming a first-time homeowner. Real estate, everything, learning how to retire, everything all in one, but having a good time while doing it. So if you enjoyed this show tonight, imagine enjoying us live and in person is all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else, Rob?
All right. Go to the website, www.legacybuildersus.com, to get a free quote today.
All right, cool. So here at Legacy Builders, you know the game. We build together to grow forever.
There we go.
Next time. Peace. I'm going to play this last video.
The amount of money you have to invest to retire your kid. If the kid is born today, $3,000. That's it.
What?
Yeah, $3,000. That is all
He had
you
a pause
need
in
to
the
put
video. He
aside
said
for your
what?
kid in an average index fund that's going to give you 8 to 10% over the course of 60 years. Your kid's retirement can be funded today, the moment they're born. Huh? That is easily, tax returns. A quick side hustle to get a little extra bread in, right? Just not going out for a little bit.
So
You know what I'm saying?
Saying take.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, everybody.